Hello everybody, welcome to the first gameplay video for Syberia, the first game in the series. I wanted to go over a few things here before we get into the game. Just worth mentioning, this game's played completely with a mouse. You don't need a keyboard, gamepad, any of that, just a mouse. It's a point and click game after all, which is very similar to the hidden object genre of games as well. They play the same way, just mouse only. This first gameplay video I'm going to make an hour long as opposed to my normal 30-minute length. I'm going to probably start doing that in all first gameplay videos for any game, just because I like to also talk about controls and how the game functions and all that a little, and I want to give myself a little extra time to also show some initial gameplay. This game will take about 9 to 12 hours to complete, which is standard for this kind of game. Another thing with the controls that's worth mentioning is, since you are going to be using a mouse, if you're using a modern mouse, like a Razer mouse that has DPI adjustment, you might want to drop the speed down a little bit. I had to for this game, just so the cursor on the screen wouldn't be so wild. The last thing here, in doing my research for the videos and to play this game for you guys, I looked up some stuff about Syberia, the real Syberia. This game spells it S-Y-B-E-R-I-A, but the real Syberia is spelled S-I-B-E-R-I-A. And there's a lot of similarities between this game and Syberia, which I found to be very interesting. But in looking up things about Syberia, I was just trying to find some facts and some just information, and turns out there's a lot of really interesting, cool facts about the real Syberia. So I thought in each gameplay video I would give you one fact, because there's so many. I think by the time I get through playing the game, each video I would be able to give you a single fact. I just thought it'd be kind of cool and unique, since this game is kind of unique in its location and setting. And yeah, at the end of the gameplay videos, if I end up having more facts to tell you, I'll just give them the rest to you in the last video. But the first fact that I will give you for this game, which will kind of just briefly introduce Syberia, the real place. Syberia is a vast Russian province encompassing most of northern Asia, and with terrain spanning tundras, coniferous forests, and mountain ranges including the Ural, the Altai, and the Verkhoyansk. I think I said that right. Probably not. So there's your first little factoid about the real Syberia, and I'll give you more in the upcoming gameplay videos. So with that out of the way, we got new game, load game, cutscenes, credits, options, quick game. So I already have a save game just from my testing and getting this ready, which we'll just overwrite whenever we play. Cutscenes, anytime you see a cutscene in the game, you can access it here from the menu if you wanted to watch it again later. And you can watch the credits and look at the options. I have my subtitles on, high level of detail, 32-bit screen depth, anti-aliasing is on, and I did decide to drop the music in the game to 50%, simply because there is a lot of dialogue spoken in this game. There's also a lot of reading. It is an adventure game, after all, but there's a lot of spoken dialogue by your character, and then plus I'm talking on the microphone. So I decided to drop the music in game. I'll also be leveling it out in video editing as well, but I'm going to put it here as the default and leave the sound effects max. And so we are ready. There's no difficulty. This is an old school point and click, so there's just a new game and you get right into the intro cutscene. So let's get started. that's the intro cutscene. Now we got control. So if you notice there at the very beginning, it said this is Valladolid. This is the little town we're in. It's fictional. It doesn't really exist. Valladolid's a really cool name, though. But it said it was in the French Alps, so that kind of gives you an idea of where we are. So I'll go over the controls with you here. First, I wanted to mention, too, the cutscene there in the little box. There's nothing I can do about that. That's just old school gaming. Sometimes in these games, they were definitely not going to be widescreen because the game is not meant to be. It's meant to be in this aspect ratio with the bars on the sides, 4:3. But a lot of times the cutscenes wouldn't even extend the screen on the vertical part either, and they would kind of be in just a little bitty window. So that's just how the cutscenes will look. Nothing I can really do. So you can see our cursor on the screen. We get a little like, it's kind of like a Lord of the Rings ring as our cursor. And you can see when there's an area you can interact with, it lights up and glows. That lets you know you can go there and kind of go into a different area. And then here you can see it's turning into a magnifying glass, meaning you can look at something closer. So it's all in a third-person perspective. This is our character, Kate. That's her name, Kate Walker. And we're going to be doing a lot of walking in this game, that's for sure. So it's appropriate. She has an appropriate name. So just because it's not glowing doesn't mean you can't go there. If you just left-click, then she'll walk to where you tell her to go. There's a bunch of different icons that the cursor changes to. Here is like a hand. You can see it here against the wall. It's kind of got 3 or 4 fingers there. That's something that you can get up to closer, kind of like a detailed inspection, but you can take something. And then, I don't know what you would call this. It's like half a magnifying glass or like a shuffleboard stick. You can pick up. That means you can pick up something as well or interact with it. So that's what left click does. Moving myself here. If you double click the left, if you double click twice, it'll make Kate run instead of walk, which is really useful to know because it'll make the game, you'll save a lot of time throughout your playthrough if you remember to double click instead of just, slowly walking across a whole entire screen. The mouse scroll wheel does nothing. Your side buttons aren't going to do anything. It's essentially the left and the right mouse. The right mouse is what brings up your inventory screen. From here you can access the menu where you can do everything from the main menu. I'm going to go ahead and make a save. I'll just save over the original. So that's what that does. And then here, personal file, it doesn't matter where you click here. It slides this over, and when you have notes in your inventory, I believe they go in here like documents, and you can access them and read them or use them. Because there's a take option, and then there's a consult, which means look at. We don't have anything yet. And then here she has her notebook and her phone, and then her inventory spaces, which she has 12, 13, 14, 15. So it's not like Resident Evil crazy where you're going to run out of space or nothing. I think it even scrolls. I think this part becomes a scroll if you get more. So in the dialogue, this is just things you will say when you talk to NPCs or characters in the game. And a lot of things won't be in here until you know that you need to say them to somebody. And so then you'll pick from these options to like introduce yourself to somebody as Kate, whatnot. And then the phone, we have mom's phone number, office, Dan, Olivia. So I guess we can go ahead and try to use it to see what happens. Call the office.
You have reached Mawson and Lawman Associates. We're sorry, but all our lines are busy. Please call back later.
Okay. It's the company Kate works for, which we'll find out. Let's call her mom. Okay, she don't want to talk to us. Olivia. I'm assuming that's our #1 girlfriend in the world. She's not answering either. About Dan. Boyfriend or husband.
Dan Foster isn't around to take your call right now, so please leave your message after the tone.
Okay then. So this will be useful later. Right now it doesn't serve any purposes for us. And yeah, it's cool whenever you click on the phone, she actually pulls it out in the game. What does she do with the notepad? Anything? No. So that's basically the inventory and the user interface. There's, you know, you don't really die in this game. You're not going to be really killing anybody, so there's no health. There's no ammo. There's nothing like that. So let's start looking around here. Let's look at our suitcase.
I really don't have the strength to take this suitcase any further. I wonder who can help me.
Okay, so that means she's made a new note. Help. Okay. She knows her name is Kate, and she knows that she needs help. And yeah, this is what she was wearing. Looks a lot whiter in here than it did in the cutscene. Okay, got a document. Shove that in her jacket. So here's the image for the series speculation I used in my community tab. Alright, welcome to Valladolid, the world capital of mechanical toys. Let yourself be transported by the magnificent landscape surrounding Valladolid, a small charming town tucked away in the Alps, and by Volberg Manufacturing, whose exceptional savoir-faire in the specialized world of luxury mechanical toys and automatons is at the root of Valladolid's reputation around the world. For 800 years, the Volberg family has passed its knowledge from generation to generation, perfecting the art of that peculiar branch of clock-making that breathes life into a complex network of cogs and spindles that make up automatons. Its creative wonders once defied belief and drew the admiration of young and old alike. People would come from across Europe for a chance to vie at the right to own one of these fantastic toys. An equaled savoir-faire. At the heart of mechanical automaton is its motor. A series of spindles are set in motion to music via a set of cogs. Attached to the spindles are cams that are shaped in the image of the music. In turn, they command a series of rods which control the gestures of the toy at their tips. Okay. Next page. Automaton construction takes place in 3 stages: modeling, mechanics, and casing. The process requires the participation of 20 different specialized trades. In its heyday, the Volberg factory employed over 100 craftsmen, mechanics, watchmakers, sculptors, tailors, and dressmakers, working in separate workshops. Volberg automatons all have 2 distinguished features in common: their high-precision mechanisms and the characteristic Voloberg wind-up key. So this thingy. Devising and assembling each model is a meticulous process. Standard toys are constructed from local wood, while the most sophisticated ones use more precious resources, such as ebony imported from Madagascar. Despite competition from Asia, the Volbergs never gave in to the temptation to produce electrical robots and to choose to continue their exploration of the mysteries of perpetual mechanical motion. The Volbergs have come a long way from their simple, jointed puppets of yesteryear. Today their creations are so lifelike one has the impression that they can think for themselves. The first signs of puppet manufacture in Valladolid go back to the 13th century. While there was maybe no definite puppet industry at the time, Hermann Volberg's renown was recognized even in the court of the emperor. Hermann Volberg, so he's the head of the Volbergs. This other stuff's going to be kind of hard to read. Hermanus Perugia. I can't read that. It's Latin. Not even going to attempt it. So these are like the automatons, or like puppets. Yeah, I wish I knew what that said. I guess if somebody who knows how to read Latin can translate this, I'd be interested to know what it says in the comments. From the archives of the Art and History Museum, Switzerland. Artesian H. Volberg and a servant presenting his puppet to the emperor. Okay. It was not until the 5th, 6th, 17th century, I think is what that is, that Charles Volberg founded the Volberg Mechanical Toy and Puppet Factory. An industrial activity in the valley really took off. The reputation of Valladolid and its famous toys then just kept growing and growing. Charles Volberg, with one of his creations, a large part of production was devoted to producing theatrical puppets at the time. That's creepy looking. So these are like the strings. Maybe he's holding the thing that you like kind of marionette him on or something. Okay, so this is Charles Volberg. Okay. The turn of the 20th century was Valladolid's golden age and expressed in the factory's impressive architecture and the main houses of the town. The Volberg reputation crossed the oceans, dispatching its fine precision mechanisms across the globe to delighted buyers who began to believe that Volberg automatons had life of their own. This is Rudolf Volberg managed the business during the glory years of the Volberg factory. Okay, can't read that. Looks like it says 18 something. Private collection. Since the end of the Second World War, the destiny of the factory has been in the hands of Rudolf's daughter, Anna Volberg, the last and sole descendant of the prestigious line of craftsmen. The inspiring figure negotiated the business through the end of the war. She breathed new life into production by creating works of art to appeal to experts and enthusiasts alike. Volberg automatons became rare collector's items with highly innovative mechanisms of unequaled ingeniousness even to this day. Okay, so that's the end of the note. I like how good the pictures look and everything in the note. So as I stated in my config and tech video, the text is going to be a little harder to read based on the setting I'm using in that DG Voodoo program to make the game run. And I'm doing that at the sacrifice. Well, I'm sacrificing harder to read text for getting rid of black lines that appear randomly in the textures of the game. So it's a good trade-off. I'm going to read this to you anyway, but that's why it looks the way it does. Which is not unreadable, but it's a little hard to read, I guess. Okay, so now when we slide this out, you can see that we've got the advertising brochure. So you can put it on hand for take and click it, and then it becomes an active item that when you interact with somebody or something, she will automatically use this item. And if we use the eyeball on it, then we can just basically read it again. So you can always use the right mouse click to get out of anything, any screen you're in, or if you're in a note or whatever. Just keep right mouse clicking and eventually you'll end up back here. I'm going to go ahead and make another save. Can't right click and back out of this. You have to click return to game. The other thing the right mouse click does is it will skip dialogues with characters and skip cutscenes. So be careful when you want to watch a cutscene that you don't accidentally click it, which most likely you won't. Unless you happen to be trying to bring up your inventory right when a cutscene happens. Okay, we don't go upstairs yet. Let's go over here and look around. Okay, we got somebody back here. Talk to him, I guess. He seems to be really the only thing you can interact with.
Hi there. Hey, hi there. What are you doing? Can I see?
No, too difficult. Momo's work very difficult.
Okay.
So, your name's Momo. I'm Kate.
Momo do like Hans. He draw.
Hans?
Don't disturb Momo. Momo work difficult.
Will you show me your drawing?
No, not finished. Go away.
I've just arrived. My case is a little heavy. Can you help me take it up to the room?
Momo's strong. Very strong. But no time. Momo very busy.
Momo's pretty useless. Can't believe she would just immediately come in here and like tell some random kid, go help me with my luggage.
I guess I'll let you continue working.
Okay. So can't do anything else. Okay, not gonna go upstairs. Let's click over here. Zoom in on this. Okay. Got us a little bell ringer. It's not working.
I need a key.
Key. Nothing back here. So yeah, right here. Couldn't be hard to miss. Almost blends in with the desk, but there's a key here. Let's take a look at it. Reception bell key. Unfortunately, you can't inspect items. You can only hover over them and get the name of what the item is. But you can, if you right click, you'll just come out, and then this little button here, this will take you back out to the main view from a zoomed in detailed view. So we'll take the key, with it over here it's active, and then we'll put it right in here. So then that powers it up, and now the button should work.
Okay, I'm coming.
Okay.
Hi there.
Hello there, ma'am.
I would like a room. My company should have made a reservation in the name of Walker. The company is Marson and Lormont Associates. The name is Kate Walker.
Of course, Miss Walker. You are in room 6 on the next floor up.
Thank you.
Should say the same thing.
Hello, my name is Kate Walker, and
Of course, of course. Walker, room 6, next floor up.
Okay, I was expecting her to just repeat everything the same again.
could you possibly take my luggage up, please?
Please do excuse me, Miss Walker. We have been neglecting our duties. Guests are so rare these days that we forget our manners. So you're the American woman? Is it true what people say, that you've come to buy the factory?
Not factory. Anna's house. Hans' house.
Excuse me?
Would you quiet down, you mischievous little boy? I imagine our little town must disappoint you. You see, today is very sad for us. It's a day of mourning. Today is the funeral of Miss Anna.
Momo sad, but Hans not dead. Hans long way away. Anna told Momo. Anna liked Momo very much.
That's enough, Momo. Stop pestering the lady. Now go on, scram. Get out of here, you hear? What was I saying? Oh, yes, Miss Anna. Such a great loss for Valle-de-Laine, it really is. Because now that she's dead, the factory will close. But you're here to stop that happening, aren't you? Our future is in your hands, Miss Walker.
What? Anna Vorarlberg is dead?
Here's your room. I hope you like it, Miss Walker. I'll leave you to rest for the time being. You must have a lot of work to do. You know, the takeover of the factory is very good news for us here. It would make us very happy to see life return to our valley. If only you had seen Valle-de-Laine before. It was delightful. People came from all over the world to buy Vorarlberg automatons. Ah, somebody has left you some mail, I see. Remember, if you need anything at all, we're not far away, Miss Walker.
Okay. Man, I love this game. I really love point-and-click games. I grew up on them, but this is a classic. I mean, I've heard other people call it a classic, so I'm not the only one. I really hope I don't have any problems playing or recording this game, just because I want you guys to be able to see it. This is an amazing game. One thing I haven't mentioned either, if you're really into steampunk, you're going to like this game as well. Kate help Hans, Momo, Automaton, and Anna. So she gets more info, people's names, locations, things like that. She will record those in this notebook and use them as questions when she talks to other people. And if they give her more information, then she'll put more questions. So, very cool. Very simple gameplay, you know. It's a, I don't mean that in a bad way, I just mean it's not difficult to play this game. What else do we got? Okay, so that was just her adding the notes of the new questions. Okay. So we got 2 doors. Can't go this way, so it must just be a wall or something. I think this goes outside. Yeah.
I don't need that for the time being.
Okay. I mean, it's funny, or maybe not really funny, but since the rise to fame of the Kardashians, All I can do is see one of the Kardashians now when I look at Kate. She looks like she belongs on the show. Just needs a different outfit. Which is a good thing or a bad thing to some people, I suppose. We'll progress further by doing some stuff in there. I want to come back out here and look around before we progress further. We didn't look at everything out here yet. I'm not throwing any shade at Kate. She's fine looking.
No need to go down there.
Well, you don't know until you go. Let's go back downstairs. Okay, let's go over here. If you noticed when Momo got up and ran away, a bunch of things fell on the floor. So let's go check those out. See what he was working on. Okay, she's just gonna steal that. Looks like a cog. Another cog. All three of them. No, that must be the base of the fire poker. So just two, maybe. There's some more. 4 of them. Okay, and there's 5. Can we put those back in here? Doesn't appear so. No, there's 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 4. So we're missing 2, I guess, is what that's indicating to us, is that we need 2 more. A total of 6. This is the biggest one. Yeah, it's not letting me place them, so they're not meant to be used here. Okay. Medium cog, real tiny, small, and large. Okay. Nothing else to do here. Let's go talk to this dude again.
I'm back again.
Miss Walker?
I think I'm going to need your help again.
Are you leaving already, Miss Walker? Should we bring down your luggage?
No, I'm not leaving yet. It's just that...
We would love to help, but just think what would happen if the telephone rang, or if a fax arrived, or if a customer came through the door. We don't have 5 minutes rest here. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's okay, no biggie.
But earlier he just said that we were like, you know, he hasn't had guests in a while. And he had forgotten his manners of helping her with her luggage. But yet, too busy to help me with anything else.
The young boy who was here earlier talked about, Hans. Who is Hans?
Momo was talking about Hans Vorarlberg, Anna's younger brother. But he died a long time ago. Nobody here even met him.
How do you know he's dead?
Who is the boy who was drawing here earlier? Is he your son?
Heaven forbid. No, not at all. He's not a bad boy, no. Momo is just a little simple, that's all.
What is his connection with Anna Vorarlberg?
Momo is what you'd call the village idiot, and Anna took him under her wing. He must have reminded her of her younger brother, no doubt. And birds of a feather stick together, don't they?
You're implying that Anna Vorarlberg was a little bit slow as well?
Heaven forbid. No, not at all. She was a real loner. She kept to herself, that's all.
Well, the village idiot is probably going to know everybody's business and what's going on. So they're probably the smartest person in town.
I just love all these little mechanical robots. I've noticed there are tons of them here in Valadilen.
Be careful what you say. Vorarlberg automatons are not robots. If you want people to like you here, never ever pronounce the word robot.
Okay. What is the difference between an automaton and a robot, then?
Well, to tell you the truth, no one really knows.
Hold on a
I
second.
would like to see my room now.
Why, certainly, of course.
You gonna walk me up there again? Hold on a second. That note I picked up, didn't they use the word robot in this article? I'm pretty sure they did. Where is it though? Despite competition from Asia, the Volbergs never gave in to the temptation to produce electrical robots. Okay. And chose to continue. Okay, so not referring to the automatons. They said they preferred to make automatons as opposed to... Okay. Okay. There's one other thing
I'm back again.
Miss Walker?
to tell or ask him about Anna.
Did you know Anna Vorarlberg yourself?
Oh, why, of course I did. I mean, well, not really. She was a very great lady. We loved her very much. May she rest in peace.
Okay,
I would like to...
Why, sir,
I'm just skipping that. They say that. She says that every time you close out of the dialogue box, so... What if I equip a cogwheel and talk to him? No. So this is another symbol you get when you can't use it. It shows the symbol for interacting with something, but there's an X through it, meaning you can't give it to him or show it to him. Okay, let's go back upstairs and finish looking around up there. You can't always run. I think actually on areas where... Let me test it. No, that area's working. Yeah, it's touchy sometimes, but... Yeah, just definitely don't forget that double-clicking the left will make you run. It'll save you a lot of time throughout the course of the game. This game and Syberia 2 basically play the same and look the same. Made on the same engine. From what I remember, the controls are pretty much the same. The UI might be a little... The HUD or whatever might be a little different, but it's mostly the same. So yeah, you'll get this symbol, like the shuffleboard stick, but there'll be a cross through it, meaning you can't do anything with it. Let's try this door. The door.
No need to go down there.
Okay. So we got a note on the table here. Puts everything in her jacket. Okay, April 17th, 2002. Fax to Kate Walker from Edward Marson, excuse me. Marson and Lormont Ass. Law practice. 51 West 50th Street, New York, New York. Okay, telephone. So she works for a law firm. Dear Kate, our client, the Universal Toy Company, is more than eager to see conclusions from the talks with Volberg Manufacturing, with view to a takeover in the days to come, and we have received notification to this effect. We are counting on your undoubted qualities as a business lawyer to bring negotiations with Madame Anna Volberg, the current owner, to a close. Allow me to remind you that the Universal Toy Company is a multinational which has a monopoly on the toy market. It is a Class A priority client who is also presenting Madame Volberg with a golden opportunity to sell her factory. You should remind her of this fact in case she starts having last-minute second thoughts before signing the purchase agreement. I am under no doubt that you will live up to the great expectations I have in you, Edward Marson, your boss.
I should tell Marson about the death of Miss Vorarlberg. I hope this isn't going to get too complicated. I can't see myself staying here too long.
Okay, that's your sign to call your boss at the office.
Martin and Lawmont, how can I help you?
Can you put me through to Mr. Marson, please? It's Kate Walker.
Hold the line, please.
Hello, Kate. So tell me, how's the case going?
I've just got to Valladolid, and there's a slight problem, Mr. Marson, I'm afraid. Mrs. Vorarlberg is dead.
Ah, that's most unfortunate. But I seem to remember we made provisions for just such a sad eventuality, and we know that there was no heir.
Yes, that's right, but...
So where's the problem, Kate? Contact the notary right away. I'll get my secretary to fax you his address and an introduction letter from the firm.
Very good, Mr. Marson.
Right, I gotta go, Kate. Keep me up to date, okay?
I just...
Okay. Can try to call the other people. Let's try to call our mom. Nothing. Olivia? Pick up the phone, girl. Nope. How about Danny Boy?
Dan Foster isn't around to take your call right now, so please leave your message after the tone.
Right. So, no new questions for anything. He told us to go to the notary. Right, there's the fax. Fax 1. Okay. Alright, we can head on out of here then. Okay. Let's make a save. Each video I'm probably going to start making a new save just so I have some to refer back to in case I have any recording problems. Alright, so we got 4 cogs and that's basically it. So she doesn't want to take her jacket. Try to leave, see if she'll leave.
I'll wait for the storm to end before I step outside.
Okay. Meaning there's still more to do. Let's talk to him again.
I'm back again.
Miss Walker?
Hello, my name is Kate Walker, and...
Of course, of course.
Yes.
A fax didn't arrive for me, did it?
Maybe. I thought I heard the phone ring.
There we go.
Do you think you might want to go and check?
Certainly, ma'am. Immediately.
Thank you very much.
Noise. Okay. April 17th, 2002 fax to... I don't know how to say this. Matir Alfert? Can't say it. From Edward Marson. As you are no doubt aware, our practice is charged with undertaking negotiations for the takeover of the Volberg manufacturing by our client, the Universal Toy Company. It is with great sadness that we learn of the recent death of the manager and owner of the factory, Madame Volberg, with whom negotiations had started. We are under no doubt that Madame Volberg left you instructions before her death, enabling this sale to be concluded. We should remind you of the significant boost the arrival of the American multinational would bring to the economy of your region. It is for this reason that I am sure you will give our representative, Miss Kate Walker, a warm welcome. Yours faithfully, Edward Marson. A little pushy, ain't he?
Thank you.
At your service.
Okay, so we don't need to do any of these other things then.
As you like, miss.
So this is a fax 2, which I guess this is what he wants to get notarized, or have the notary, well, he wouldn't want to get a fax notarized, but to get the notary to create something new that he can notarize to facilitate making this sale continue, since she passed away. Now let's see if she'll let me leave. There we go. Okay. So this is the thing in the cutscene. There's a bird right here. I wanted to actually look at my readings. 2070 Super 60 FPS. This is running in DirectX 30 or DirectX 11. So my graphic card memory is only 971 megs out of 8 gigs that I have on my graphics card. And I have 32 gigs of computer memory, which is only using 5.5. My graphics card temperature is 34 Celsius. My CPU temperature is 3940. My fan speed is 23%, and my total graphics card usage is 31%. It's bouncing around. Well, the music just got really serious. So, I mean, this is an old game, but I do like to kind of glance at the ratings of some of these games just to see how they're performing. Make another save. So this was the thing that tipped his hat to us in the first cutscene. We can't look at him any closer. I think he even had a wind-up key slot in his back. So, go this way. Bird flew away. So as you can already tell, this game is gorgeous. It's over here.
No need to go down there.
Man, she don't want to go nowhere. So we can go to the her right or her left. We can go this way for the moment. It leads up to this walk back so you can see. It goes up a winding path that leads to this church. This is basically the hotel. I'm actually curious too, did it have a name, this hotel? I didn't see any words. Oh. Okay, every time you come up here, I forgot he did that. He tips his hat. Yeah, there's no words out here, so. Alright, let's continue on this way. Okay. Can't read that. So we can go down this way. If you look over here, there's a person's sitting on this bench. Let's go talk to them.
Good morning.
Good morning. What a pleasure to meet such a lovely young lady honoring our aging streets. Please sit yourself down next to me so we can enjoy the air together.
It would be a pleasure, but I'm afraid I don't have the time. Some other time, maybe.
I hope so, miss. I remember when these streets were full of vibrant life. In those days, there was a charming encounter to be had round every corner. Our good little town of Valladolid is not what it used to be.
It looks like things have changed a bit around here.
Our children have all left the valley. They need to earn a living, don't they? Can't really blame them. You have to move with the times, don't you? And it's not at the Vorarlberg factory that they'll find jobs. Being excluded from the world is not an easy burden to bear, believe you me, miss.
But it's such a pretty little village.
I can tell you're not from these parts. I hope you enjoy the pleasures that we still have to offer. Good day to you.
Okay. That'll be my next pickup line with a girl. Come sit with me. Enjoy the air with me.
Hello again.
If you have 5 minutes to sit and talk, I could tell you a thing or two about the olden days.
I am sorry. I really am in a hurry.
Tis a pity.
Ain't nobody got time for that. Alright, let's go this way. So obviously, old timer that's lived here a long time, seen the success of the town and what it's become now. You know how many frame rates that is? About 2, maybe 5. Once we've kind of been through an area, since you do backtrack a little bit in this game, the first time through I'm going to try to just walk so you can enjoy the scenery of this game. This is a really good looking game for the time and for now. These kinds of games back then were super, super detailed. You know, there's no grass moving in the wind and the bushes are not moving. You get a few little birds flying. I don't think the clouds are animated or moving or anything, but still, I think it looks pretty cool. And this game has an art style to it, steampunk. So basically, once you click an area like this that glows, it's going to transition you into another screen. Okay. Sometimes in these games, it looks like you might not be able to go this way, but once you start trying to go, the screen will start scrolling with you. This is not going to happen here. And it will start to reveal more of, you know, the area that you're in. So all we can really do here is interact with the gate.
No point. It's locked.
Locked.
I'll come back when the funeral is over.
So in the cutscene, this is where all of those automatons were walking into. Okay, I'll run this time. Can't go over here. Basically need to go the other direction from here. Make another save. Okay, we got a... kind of hard to tell, but there's a gate over here. And we've got this room, or this building. Go check this out first, I guess. Step over here so we can see it. It's got a wind-up key, a little person. Okay, she shows it better. Two people. He's holding the bar. He's up here like a little lifty thing.
If that's going to work, it looks like something's missing.
Okay.
If that's going to work,
Just gonna skip it. So she let me wind it, but he didn't really do anything. So I'm gonna need something else. Okay. So this is essentially, well, not essentially, it is. This is the factory over here. And you have to enter it from here, but we can't yet until we figure out how to get past that mechanism. So let's go check this door. I want to look over here at this bench. I remember picking something up from a bench. Let her screen transition. I swore there was something on a bench that you could take, like a map. Maybe it's further down. I just don't want to miss it. It may be further down the way. It's a map or a note or something. Let's go check out this door.
no need to go down there.
Okay, her classic line. Okay, here's the door.
No need to go down there.
Okay. Got a homeboy out here. This is really cool looking. I found a screenshot on a Reddit forum where somebody was asking, you know, where is Valladolid, or what is Valladolid based on? And somebody posted a screenshot of a real place in the world that looked really very, very similar to this. The architecture and everything in these buildings. And somebody else said that they thought it was in the UK or something, where the picture was taken. So there are places in the world that really look like this. Alright guys, that's going to be it for our hour-long introductory gameplay video into Syberia. I hope what you've seen here has at least piqued your interest in the game to watch more. Because I promise you that if you are slightly interested in this game, it gets better, it gets deeper. There's a lot of characters. Scenery changes, you go to a lot of different environments. And the sequel to this game picks up right where this one left off, because essentially Syberia 1 and 2 were going to be a singular game, but it was such a large game by the time they got done with it that they split it up into two separate games. And then Syberia 3 and 4 are more modern games and kind of do their own thing. But the first two games are basically like the same game, just cut in half. So there's a lot of story, a lot of really cool things will happen in this game. But I appreciate you watching, taking the time and interest in the videos I'm putting out. And we will see you when I release the next one for part 2. And we'll talk to this guy standing here and see what he's got to say. Thank you. Bye.